doing, man? My name is Kevin Brown, and you watching Bedtime Stories, man.
Can't sleep at night. It will be alright. It will be alright.
And tonight, I got a book in my hand called White Water. And I'm not gonna lie, I only chose this book because it got a little boy on the cover who looked just like me when I was a little kid, man. Y'all know, if you've been keeping up with all the bedtime stories, every time I see a book that looks like me when I was a kid, something in me just want to check it out, man. I just gotta read it, man. I gotta see if this kid is anything like me when I was young. You feel me? So yeah, y'all know what to do. Go get comfortable, go get your snacks, go get your little brother, your big brother, your cousins, call your friends up, tell your mom and dad to come in the room. Get everybody, man, because we about to read White Water. White Water, inspired by a true story, written by Michael S. Bandy and Eric Stein, illustrated by Shadra Strickland. Hurry up, Grandma, I said as I ran towards the bus stop. I didn't want us to miss the bus. We were going into town to get oats for the mule, and going to town was one of my favorite things. We walked the 6 blocks to the bus stop. It was just a little bit past breakfast, but already 1,000 degrees outside. My feet were on fire, and my throat was as dry as a bone. It felt so good to sit down. But before I could even catch my breath, we had to get up again. Another boy and his mama had come to wait for the bus too. Where we lived, they could get to the stop last and still have first dibs on the bench. They got on the bus first. They paid for their fare and took their seats. We got on the bus and paid our fare. Then we got off the bus, walked to the back door, and got on the bus again. Where we live, that's how things were did. I was so excited about going to town that I barely noticed how tired my legs were getting from standing so long. I saw the boy and his mama sitting in the front of the bus. I'd seen him at the bus stop before, so I waved at him. He smiled back at me. By the time we finally got to town, I was really thirsty. I couldn't wait to run to the drinking fountain and take a big, long drink. I guess that other boy was thinking the same thing. I was so thirsty that even the warm, rusty water tasted okay, but only for a few sips. After those few sips, it tasted like nasty, muddy, gritty yuck. It just didn't make sense to me that boy from the bus stop kept on drinking. The water he was drinking must be cool. It must be fresh. I was sure it must be pure and icy cold, like mountain water. Suddenly, I just had to know what that white water tasted like. After the boy stopped drinking, I took a step in the direction of his fountain. Michael, my grandmother scolded, don't you even think about doing anything like that. I stopped in my tracks, but it was too late. The ideas were already flowing. After that, I couldn't concentrate anywhere, not even at school. One moment I would be in class, then suddenly I'd be crawling on my hands and knees in the hot desert. Out of nowhere, there was a palm tree with a water fountain under it. Above the fountain was a whites only sign. I got up, opened my mouth, and was about to take a drink when, Michael, the teacher said, would you care to join us today? I snapped out of it. All the kids were laughing at me. When I got home, I couldn't concentrate on my chores. I couldn't concentrate on eating. I couldn't even concentrate on taking a bath. All of a sudden, I was sitting in the middle of a giant water fountain. I had my arms open and my tongue out, ready to catch a drop. Michael, my grandmother said, you better not be getting any of that water on the floor. That white water was starting to get me in trouble. That white water was all I could think about. Later, I snuck into town and was standing in front of the fountain. I turned the knob, opened my mouth, and was about to take a big gulp. Then two police officers grabbed me, handcuffed me, and said they were taking me to jail. I screamed, "Grandma, Grandma!" "Wake up, boy," my grandmother said. "Sounds like you were having a bad dream." Whew, I thought. Wondering about that water was driving me crazy. I couldn't take it anymore. I just had to know what that white water tasted like. So I came up with a plan. I'd go into town alone and get a taste of that white water. In the morning, I pretended I was sick. I waited till my grandmother went to work. If I got caught, she was going to be real mad. But I had to do it. I walked down the road towards the bus stop with my dog Shuey. Everyone who passed seemed to know I was up to no good. When the bus driver asked me what I was doing riding alone, I told him I had missed the school bus. He just stared at me. I didn't know what to do, so I stared right back. He must have gotten tired of staring because he finally pulled his hands off the coin slot. When I finally got to town, I was scared to death. All kinds of things were running through my head. What if I got caught? What if I got hurt? Would they put me in jail forever? But I just had to know what that white water tasted like. I looked both ways. The coast was clear. I took a deep breath and ran towards the bus depot. I ran as fast as I could, and I swear I could hear my grandmother's voice saying, "I got you covered. Now go for it." There was no turning back. This was it. I took a big gulp. That white water wasn't cool. That white water wasn't fresh. That white water wasn't pure and icy cold like mountain water. It tasted like nasty, muddy, gritty yuck, just like our water. Then suddenly appeared that lady, that one with the boy. But today she was alone. "Boy, you know you don't belong here," she shouted. I was startled and fell down. I was so frightened I couldn't hear what she was saying. Lying on the ground, all I could see was the pipe. I had never seen it before from that angle. The same pipe fed both fountains. Two sides, but the same water in both. The signs over the fountains had put a bad idea in my head, but they were a lie. If they weren't real, what else should I question? Maybe there were lots of things, like that nasty old white water, that weren't true, that had nothing to do with nothing. Maybe everything I thought I couldn't do was just in my imagination. That's when I realized I could do anything. Now I knew. And from that day on, I wouldn't let anything stand in my way. The end. Wow. See, I love this book, man, but it also made me feel a little sad, man, just to know what people in the past had to go through, you know what I mean? And that's the lesson right there, man. Be thankful for all the people who came before us, man. They really had it hard, man. They really had to fight for the freedom that we have now, man. And although it's not perfect, it's way better than it used to be, man. And also, another part of the lesson was I want to tell y'all to know that everyone is the same, man. And what you have is exactly what you supposed to have, and it's perfect. You know what I mean? You see how he thought that the water, the white water, was better than his water because it was different. But it wasn't. It was the same thing, man. We all are the same on the inside. We all have exactly what we need. Never look at what someone else has and be jealous of it, man, because they probably want what you have, man. You feel me? And also, when you see an older person like your grandma or your granddad or just an older teacher in school, tell them thank you. Thank you for all the strength that they had to make us get where we are right now. You feel me? They were strong, so we can be strong. So we have to carry on the legacy. If you see something wrong, you have to make a change, man. You have to fight for freedom, fight for the future, man, because one day you're gonna have kids. And do you want your kids to grow up in the same exact world that you live in? If you don't, be strong and make a change. You feel me? But yeah, y'all, what y'all learn, man? Put it in the comments. Let me know, man. Text me, email me, because y'all know what I always say. Y'all are smarter than me. Y'all are the future. Let me know something, man. Teach me. You feel me? Yeah, y'all. We're going to come back tomorrow night, and we're going to do this all over again, man. So like always, be you, be true, and be back tomorrow morning for the early word, man. Remember, change starts with you. You can do it.